Greetings and salutations, good people of Zamunda. Okay, Sky Squad, we are back in the mother freaking building on this good Saturday, no less. Oh yes, it's a Saturday fun fest. It's a Saturday fun fest, and we are singing "Here Comes the Bride." Why? Well, because we got some things to celebrate. All right. There looks to be a marriage on the horizon, and we're going to talk about that. We're also going to talk about Belle Collective, season 2, episode 4, Air Wars. Okay. Now let us know where you're watching from when you join the chat. You know, I like to see where y'all watching from. Sandra, no, his Instagram page is right here. I'm looking at it right now. There you go. You can see it for yourself. Mr. Martel Holt, I don't follow him on the Instagram, but his page is still there. So I don't know. Did you say something about him and maybe get blocked like Robyn blocked me? I don't know. We don't know what you said. Okay. We don't know what you did, Sandra, but the page is still there. All right. Now, what are people watching from? Hey, Chi-Town. Hey, Virginia. Hey, Philly. North Kakalaki. Arkansas. Detroit. I see you, Philly, Ohio, H-Town, D.C., Greenville. Hey. You know, got these vocals over here. I wish. Okay, I wish. Michigan. Hey, what's going on, boo? From my good old hometown, my good old street, our good old streets. You know the street. Say hey to the fam, boo. Hey to the fam. I see y'all in the building. What's up, Bronx, baby? I gotta make my way back up to New York, y'all. Or St. Kitts, wherever, you know. Wherever they will have me, I'll be there. Okay. Now, can I ask y'all a question real quick before we get started? If I was to help pull together a little Sky Squad vacation down, I don't know, into Mexico or something, would anybody come? Would y'all come? Just let me know in the chat. Let me know if you would come if I were to host a little vacation extravaganza in the Mexico. Would you come? Just let me know. Just on the off chance that it happens. Would you guys come? Just let me know in the chat. If I see some yeses, then we'll do it. And I might, you know, have a couple of little partners in there that y'all might enjoy too. Okay. So if y'all was doing it, if I see some yeses, I mean, you know, we can make it happen real quick because I have been asked, okay, to do something in the Mexico, okay? So if y'all telling me yes, I'm going to tell these people yes too, okay? Now, I ain't going to say yes if ain't nobody going to go, okay? Y'all not going to make me look crazy. Y'all know how I be when it's time to plan the vacation. Everybody's saying yes. Until it's time to pay for our flights. Don't be backing out, okay? See, April, I'd rather you say a good maybe, all right? Okay, so more details on that to come, all right? I just wanted to gauge the feedback. I ain't never done nothing like that. I ain't never done no event or a meet and greet or nothing like that. So this will be my first time kind of doing it. So, you know, I'm always like, is anybody gonna come? You know, that's how I feel about things. But anyway, Sheena says she booking her flights. Okay. Passport ready. Okay, then. Okay, because listen, if you ain't never partied with me, I'm going to warn you now. I'm a drink instigator, okay? So I'm a shot guy, right? So when you partying with me, we partying down until it's time to go to bed, okay? We're going to party all day, but then I got to go to sleep. Now I don't know. Now let me see if I can get because you got to get Funky up out of Miami, baby, and I got to try to pull him out of Miami. But I think I can put. We might be able to pull him from. I don't know. I don't know yet. I don't know. I don't know. Let me say it like that. I don't know. Okay, so now that we got that out the way, y'all got my ideas percolating. Okay, y'all got it percolating. Let's talk about dun 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 dun. Robyn and Juan Dixon, according to People magazine, have obtained their marriage license nearly 3 years after their second engagement. See, people ain't have to put that up in there. They ain't have to put the nearly 3 years after their second engagement. You know what I'm saying? They ain't have to throw that up in there. Okay. That's a good question. Jamal could be officiating. I don't know. I don't know. Allegedly, I don't know. I'm just kidding. I'm kidding. Let me put this badge down here before they be coming after me. You know what I'm saying? So anyway, this is what they're saying. You know what? You can't never do nothing in private, right? Let me tell you why I say that. Because the article reads, they obtained a marriage license on Thursday afternoon. The Howard County Clerk's Office in Maryland confirmed to People exclusively. I mean, did the clerk's office, did they call People magazine right then and there? Or did Robyn call them herself? Because I noticed that they had this photo floating around with the publication. So I'm wondering, who did the clerk's office say, oh, that was Robyn and Juan? Let me dial to People magazine to see how much money I can get for this story. Or did Robyn call the People? Okay. Or Robyn's representative? Because at this point, she probably got the reps. Meanwhile, the outlet says this. It's not known when the couple will be saying I do. According to the clerk's office policy, couples with a marriage license must wait at least 2 days after applying for the marriage to get married, meaning they could have their nuptials as soon as this Saturday, being today. Okay, so they could get married today. For all we know, they could have got married at the crack of dawn. Okay. Or they said that the certificate doesn't expire until 2023. So they'll have some time should they be planning a fall or winter wedding. People reached out to representatives for the Dixons who had no comment. The Dixons have no comment. Okay, well, listen. Let me say this. You're all so silly. Listen. Okay. Let's have a talk. Oh God. Okay. Listen, let's be for real. We're gonna be for real right now. So Robyn had said previously, because this happened at the end of season 5 when they got engaged. So that was what, September 2019? It's 2020. No, that was December 2019. Excuse me. So it is roundabout now September. Well, it's August. But for the sake of charade, we'll say September. It's about September. It's about to be September of 2021, right? So in the meantime, in between time, Robyn, well, I think she probably saved money because the ring was, she said she did not want diamonds, according to People magazine, because she said she did the diamonds before. Okay, so she wanted the Morganite because it meant unconditional love. Okay, I will say this. In terms of managing money and finances, and if we stick by Robyn's entry into the Housewives universe, and then we walked through I think it was an alleged lien she had at some point for like 90,000. So if we walk through all of that, financially speaking, I do agree that Robyn has made some of the right decisions in terms of, they built their dream house. They, I'm sure, worked themselves out of debt, and they did it together. Now, I don't know what kind of relationship they really have beyond the what we see on the screen and what she tells us. But what I can say is, knowing what I know now about marriage, finances, I can say that she made some of the right decisions. Okay. That's what I can say to you guys. In terms of the wedding, I do know that planning a wedding is a daunting task, and I wonder if there's a bit of PTSD with planning a wedding with him again because of the things that she went through in the marriage before. So I don't know. And then remember the things that Michael said. Why would Juan get married when he basically has everything that he wants in the situation? While they're not married, he said it didn't make sense. And at the time, we knew that he and Juan were good buddies. So there was that. I don't really know what this means. Whatever it means for them, I'm trying to take the positive spin on this, the positive route. Their situation has been untraditional from the start. I don't mind that. But what I do mind is I want this to be for real, okay? Because I don't want to get my hopes and my dreams invested in this if it ain't going to come to fruition. At the end of the day, I want this woman and this man to be happy. And whatever they got to do to make it happen, make it happen. But do not focus on the storyline if it is just that, a storyline, okay? Because I don't want that on my screen. I am speaking from the perspective of someone who enjoys reality TV and the little bit of realness that there is left therein. Okay? So I'm going to leave it at that. Now, that's out the way. I wasn't even going to talk about this. I saw the story came out last night. I didn't tell y'all I did not fall down the stairs, okay? But I did miss the step. Okay, I missed the step heading down the stairs. Mind you, I was editing a video while I was doing so. Found myself in the hospital yesterday morning, y'all. Oh, yes. Found myself in the hospital. Sprained toe. I thought it was fractured because it was hurting so bad and it was so swollen. Yes, indeed. Just sitting up found myself in the hospital early yesterday morning. They sent me up out of there with a little soft boot and some crutches, y'all. Some crutches. So anyway, I just want to tell y'all, slow down when you're heading down the stairs. Watch where you're going. Don't edit no videos heading down the stairs, okay? Because you might end up in the hospital like me, okay? Doggone it. You know what I'm saying? But anyway, it's looking, well, it ain't looking better. It's bruised. It's black and blue right now, but we should be better in about 5 days, okay? Just a little message to y'all to slow down. Since we doing, okay, then let me say this too, because some people, when they come to this channel, they be thinking, you need to hurry up and get to the T. I don't work like that, especially when I'm doing a live. I'm talking to my people right now. So if you don't enjoy conversations and things like that, you in the wrong place. Okay. So now that we got that out the way, now that I told y'all about my clumsy self, let's move on. Right? Nicole, I did take one for the team because I sure was editing. I sure was working. Y'all know what I did when I left that hospital? I came right back here and I sat down and I worked on that Jennifer Williams video for about 2.5 hours. These videos be like, sometimes y'all don't know, especially the videos where I'm not on camera, they take a while to edit. Okay, they take some time. So I gotta make the notes, I gotta record the video, then I gotta add the visuals. That stuff be taking some time. So I'm sitting here downstairs on medication that they done gave me from the hospital, fighting sleep, trying to make sure I get that video out, baby. I'll be committed to my work. Okay, meanwhile, Thank you. Let us kiki in peace. Let us kiki in peace. That's all we want to do. You know what I'm saying? We want to have a good time. Now, now that I just said that, let's get into the Belle Collective, y'all. I'm gonna tell y'all, if you saw Belle Collective last night, some of y'all might have been here for the ROBYN and Juan tea, but I swear, if you stay here and you hear about Belle Collective, you're gonna want to watch this show. Okay, last night's episode of Belle Collective, honestly, right off the rip, I'm gonna tell y'all, I'm gonna give it a 10 out of 10. First of all, I could give it a 10 based on this interaction right here. Okay. Thank you so much for saying that. This is. Can I say? Let me say this one time, and I want to reiterate this. One of the reasons why I do not critique other people on YouTube, or I do not speak negatively about other people on YouTube, is because this is hard work. Okay, and I will not say anything. And I will not let anybody else say anything about about another creator on this channel, because I know that those people are working hard, okay? And people do what they do the best that they can. And so one of the things that I always tell y'all is respect the people that do the work, because I feel like the last thing I would ever want to do is disrespect or discredit somebody else who I know is working their butts off. Okay, they be working their butts off, and that's why I shout out other creators. That's why I shout out other people. They don't have to know me for me to do that. I just do it because I respect the craft and the work that we're all doing on this platform. Okay, so I just want to say that to y'all. Now that I done said that, okay, I give this episode a 10 out of 10. I could give it a 10 for this shade off right here. Okay, if you missed this moment right here, Belle Collective season 2 reminds me of the Real Housewives of Atlanta seasons 2 through 5. I would say it gives you personal story, but this shade off between the two of them, I was not ready for it at all. Okay, and the fact of the matter is, they read each other down, but it ended well, and we'll get to it. We'll definitely get to it. We had a very interesting ponderosa with Letitia and with Miss Marie. Okay, and we had another Kiki Wyatt video moment at the end with Letitia and Glenn. Let me tell you something. It's sometimes when they be having these intense couples moments, don't it remind me of a Kiki Wyatt music video? You know what I'm saying? Kiki and Avant or something like that. That's the feeling that it gave me. You know what I'm saying? That's the feeling that it gave me. Baby, when she said, I knew Essie was coming in the door because I smell white diamonds, I said, listen, the thing that you know, we all know what it means when somebody says some white diamonds. We all know what that reference means. That means somebody. Oh my God. Let me tell you something. This episode, baby. This show is on at 9 p.m. on Friday nights. Okay. If you got YouTube TV or if you got Hulu Live, you can watch it on there. I believe you can watch it on Hulu as well, too. And if you don't have the own app. Oh my God, the white diamonds. The white diamond. I could not take it. This whole interaction, it was so good. Everything about this episode from top to bottom, I was loving. Okay, I loved it from top to bottom. Okay, so the first okay, the first thing is we start off the episode with Letitia goes to visit Akeisha's office on Ferris Street. I still have got to finish editing the second part of the Belle Collective press day vlog, which I'm going to do. I just haven't had a moment, y'all. It's been so busy. Letitia is, you know, she wants to meet with, you know, Akeisha to learn more about what Akeisha does on Ferris Street. So Akeisha's working in her family office. She comes down and she gives Akeisha the entire family history and her family's association with the street. Okay. Letitia is annoyed and she is bored with Akeisha, the tour guide. Okay. And then Letitia tells Akeisha, well, listen, you know what? I cannot wait to tell Marie all this. And Akeisha's like, wait, Marie? No, whoa, 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 whoa. Marie, who destroyed your brunch? Akeisha said, no, I don't have any plans to work with Miss Marie as an investor. She tells Letitia, she says, me and you need to get our business together first before we go and invite some other folks in. I agree with that because I kind of feel like they started off on obviously a good foot, got to a wrong foot at the brunch. And if you watched my video, my interview with Akeisha, you will understand why Akeisha felt like she had the standpoint that she had during the brunch. But I agree. Y'all need to get on the right page first before you start, you know, inviting other people into the mix that Letitia honestly still needs to settle some stuff with. So, Akeisha said, "What? Who? No, ma'am." Thank you, Joan. I'm glad you enjoyed it. Okay. Speaking of Marie, all right, she stops by Letitia's office to talk to her about the brunch. And, you know, Marie catches her up on balancing her life and her businesses. And, you know, she starts to butter Letitia up before she gives her the news. You know, Letitia, you are so inspirational to me. You know, I love you, girl. I love you and everything that you stand for. And you do so much for the community and these brunches. You are an upstanding woman of God. Okay. But let me tell you something. I feel like it's in my interest and your interest if I never come to any more of your brunches. And Letitia's annoyed, right? Because she was like, I wanted you, Miss Marie. You have a story to tell. I wanted you to come to that brunch and empower the other women. And Marie says, well, there was all types of shade being thrown. And Letitia's like, well, girl, listen, you can either be the light or conform to the darkness. I said, first of all, Letitia had so many one-liners last night that I just saw the episode this morning, but for a lot of y'all might have seen it last night. She had so many gems and just moments of like inspiration. I was like, oh my God, you are so right about that, right? But of course, Marie did not take any of that in. Because Letitia is also still bothered that Marie just left. And she's like, you and Latrice just need to talk and forgive and move on. Because Letitia says that the rumors affected everybody. But it's Marie who is still the one who is all Marie is the one who is still holding on to the issues, okay? Ultimately, they do not agree on this topic, and we don't really see the end of the scene, which I was expecting to see more of it, but we didn't get to see anything left. But because I guess Carlos said we got a lot to do today, so I don't have time to continue this conversation. So Glenn goes to see Letitia's mom, who also helped raise him because, you know, they got together when they were so young. Now, he's having a hard time trying not to be like his own father, who he says was not there for him and he does not know. So he tells her, you know, he tells Letitia's mom that he went to Letitia's office, he took her flowers, and that just didn't work, okay? And mama is like, see, you slicker than boiled okra. I said, not slicker than boiled okra, okay? Because I'm gonna tell you the truth. Glenn is I promise you, if you were to meet Glenn in person, you would really like him. And you would understand how he is able to be so charming to Letitia that she gets weak in the knees when she's around him, right? But the problem is, okay, as Mama tells him, you are a repeat offender of the cheating, okay? Now, in Glenn's eyes, it won't really cheating if it won't physical. And it's like, now see, this that thinking right there to get you in trouble, Glenn. No, you got all of these past convictions, and when I say convictions, I mean the relationship convictions. Things he did wrong in a relationship, and you got the nerve to be talking to Mama about she needs to meet him halfway, and it's like Mama's like, no, baby, you got to do whatever it takes if you want to win this family back. You can't be tired because she's gonna drag you through the mud, and she should drag you through the mud. Okay, no, okay, no. So Akeisha and her husband go get some coffee. The gist of this scene is, if you watch the interview with Akeisha from yesterday, she wants to relocate, at least I think part-time, to Jackson to do the work that needs to be done to help rebuild Ferris Street. She's very, some people don't like her for being as direct as she is, but I can't tell you that Akeisha is all business when it comes to this Ferris Street project. She is like, I'm ready to get this thing done. I'm doing whatever it takes, and her husband is like, he's like a New York guy. He's like, I'm not trying to be moving down here. But Akeisha's like, man, you country. You know what I'm saying? You actually a country. You might be from the city, but you like to do country boy things. So, what we gonna do? So essentially they go looking for houses, and so Gucci, okay, is a realtor. So Gucci takes them to see a house or whatever, and bless his heart, but he is just not trying to move down and he feels like, if we get in a house this big, I feel like you trying to kidnap me and make me live here for a long time. But see, the problem for him is that he's still making his coin in the city, okay, in New York and in New Jersey, where he's on the radio and he's doing things, you know what I'm saying? And the dollar's rolling in, you know what I'm saying? And so she's like, well, I'm thinking about the future and the future dollars that could be rolling in from all of these investments that we could be making down here on the Ferris Street, okay? And I'm thinking to myself, well, listen, if y'all gonna be making all this money on Ferris Street, maybe some of us need to put a little collection plate together and go on and buy a building down on the Ferris Street too, okay? Since it's that much money to be made. Meanwhile, at the end of the day, she says, can you Barack me like I Michelle'd you? Basically meaning, I stood by your side while you went and handled your dreams. I need you to stand by my side while I'm handling mine. Ultimately, he kind of acquiesces and just says, okay, babe, I trust you. Let's get it done. Okay, over at Goddess Links, the conversation, baby, that I was not ready for, okay? I had seen the preview, but I didn't know it was going to give me all of this. So Essie is going to confront Latrice, but she is hoping for the best so that they can have some type of resolution between Latrice and Marie. So Latrice, I knew it was going off the rails when Latrice said she smelled white diamonds as soon as Essie came through the door. She says, here comes S with the mess. And the shade gets started. Latrice is like, yeah, I heard you guys were dabbling in the hair industry. And Essie says, well, we are actually licensed, in cosmetology, okay? And Essie says, and we are in Dogwood. You are in the hood. And Latrice says, well, y'all in Dogwood on a corner. I ain't even doing this scene justice, to be honest with you, because they were so fast with the shade and it was so Southern you have to go back and watch. If you have not seen this episode, please, for this moment alone, okay, actually for a couple of moments, but if you ain't seen this episode, just start right here, baby. Just start right here if you've never seen this season. First of all, I did not know Essie had it in her to throw that much shade. And I did not know that Latrice was going to shade her like that to her face. Like the back and forth, it was genius, okay? It was genius. If you thought that Real Housewives of Beverly Hills was good on Wednesday, that ain't got nothing on this, okay? And the reason what made it so good was because it was funny. It was hilarious. It almost felt like two people who enjoyed shading each other, but ultimately they got down to the business. And the business for Essie is she feels like Latrice had a hand in helping people, I guess, throw salt on their business's name. I don't know the specifics of what really happened. I know an overview of what happened. Apparently, Latrice, according to her on the screen, told the person, listen, I don't care what you do with Marie, because we don't get along no way, but don't you say nothing about my friend Letitia, period. That's what I got from the episode here, okay? But ultimately, I think what Essie does is appeal to her general sense as a businesswoman and as a Black woman in business. And I think Essie was able to get Latrice to kind of break her walls down with regards to Marie, who also came for her business first and agreed to say, you know what? I will have a conversation, okay? And they actually end on a really, really good note. And it turned into a positive conversation. And I think it also speaks to Essie and her level of diplomacy, but still having the ability to throw shade, and Latrice's ability to say, I'm going to move beyond this because I too am tired of this back and forth. Let me tell you something. It was so good, okay? It was so good. It really gave you that type of feeling, right? But they were so Southern Belle with it that to me it was good. It was such a moment. And then I think what also made it so great to me was that it ended so positively, right? It ended so positively. Just I can't tell you how I loved that moment. And it goes to show we the audience, I think what we love is we do love a bit of drama, but we do also love when they can resolve it and move forward, right? Because we are on the hunt for fresh drama. When drama becomes stale, it then becomes toxic, and then we become annoyed by it. Okay? At least I do, right? I do. Boom. Tammy says this level of shade is needed in reality TV. This interaction doesn't happen enough. This is what this I think is what viewers now are wanting to see. And you notice not one curse word was uttered. Not one curse word was uttered. Nobody raised their voice. They shaded each other and smiled afterward. I lived for this whole situation. Honestly, when I finish, I'm gonna go watch it again. Anyway, it's time for Letitia and Glenn to meet up for dinner. And it occurs to me that we did not see Tambra all episode. Why is that? Now I know sometimes you ain't gonna get to see everybody because you got 6 cast members and their husbands and friends and things like that. So I mean, but we didn't see Tambra at all. Yes. Buttery smooth shade. That's what we like. Okay. Letitia comes in looking good in her bodysuit, and Glenn is like looking her up and down, ready to take her home and do that thing to her. But she knows she came here looking good because she want him to see what he missing. Okay. And he's like, you looking real good. And she's like, that's that God in me. And he's like, well, that better be the only thing in you. That better be the only thing in you. And she's like, she says, God is the only thing in me, but I can't say the same for you. Okay. And there we go. There we go. Here we go. Down here we go. So apparently he gets into it because he's been to 3 counseling sessions thus far, but she has not shown up to one of them. And I'm thinking 3? Brother, contact me back when you done been to 30, okay? Because it's gonna take about 30 for you to shake this thing off of you, okay? For you to shake this cheating spirit off you. You know what I'm saying? Anyway, she's like, I'm not going to therapy with you so I can watch you play victim. Get out of here. Let me tell you something. He says to her, listen, I'm a good dude. And she's like, yeah, despite all the cheating. Yeah, you was a good dude despite your cheating. And he's like, well, what do you want from me? I'm doing all the things. And she reminds him, listen, this ain't the first time you've been doing and saying all the right things. But I'm not really believing your words no more. I'm looking for actions and patterns, okay? I'm looking at your actions and your patterns. And here's the real Mr. and Glenn, listen, I told you personally how much I just enjoyed you down to the Jackson, Mississippi. But the truth of the matter is this. If this man travels that frequently and his complaint is that you don't know how it feels to be alone, that tells me that one of Letitia's worries is always going to be what do you do the next time you have to travel for work? She's not going to be there. She's not going to know what's going on. And if your complaint is that you are on the road and that you are lonely, she's like, read a book. What kind, that's not, listen, you being alone because you are on the road for work is a result of your occupation. You need to figure that out, okay? And that's not something that Letitia can help him with. So you better learn how to use how to spank a wank, okay? I'm just keeping it 100% for real right now. Spank a wank, okay? And call Letitia on the FaceTime, okay? That's what you need to do. Pick up a book. And if it ain't the Bible, then pick up a Playboy, okay, and keep it pushing. All right. If you want to read a book, and that Bible ain't, and if the Bible ain't giving you what you need, okay, then find Playboy and keep it pushing. Okay. Get yourself a gaming system. Yes, I like that. Sammy says, get a gaming system for when you on the road. You got to find a way. Vivica Fox said it best, and 2 can play that game. And I'm about to say a curse word, so close your ears, kids. But when you are on the road, you have got to find a way to occupy your damn time. Okay? And I said it. I had to say it today. Y'all know I don't do the curse word that often, but sometimes it calls for it. Vivica said, occupy your damn time. Find something to do. Okay? Spank a wank. Spank a wank. Okay? Anyway, this again felt like that scene with Letitia when she called Marceau out to the car and he thought he was just gonna have a conversation through the window. And she said, no, get up in here. Okay. This was what that scene gave me. And Letitia ate him up, baby. Letitia ate him up. Okay. She ate him up and he deserved every little bit of it. Okay. She let her know, okay, it is a privilege to be with her and to stop playing with her and to be the same person behind her back that he is to her face. And he says, yet again, I'll take the blame, okay? But can you still come home? Just come home, okay? Come on home. And he begs for one more chance, and he asks her to promise just one date where they can just put the past behind them for 2 hours. Let me tell y'all something. Carlos King and On. Bravo. Bravo. Let me tell y'all, I told y'all the other day, it was another video that we talked about. I think it was with Ariane, Sheree, and Ariane was dragging them on Instagram. There is no better soap opera storyline. There is no better television storyline. There is no better book storyline than a love triangle, baby. And whilst we don't know or see who this other person is, or these mystery women are on the side, there is still a we don't need to see who the mystery person is. I don't want to know. I don't want to know. I don't ever want to know. But the whole notion is that there is something out there that is causing Glenn to stray. And this is the type of storyline that all of us can relate to, because at one point in time, we done all dealt with a Glenn. Whether you a man, whether you a woman, we have all dealt with the Glenn, or at one point in time, we were a Glenn. Okay? This is so relatable, right? And so you know what that feeling feels like when you around that person that's done you wrong, but you still attracted to them, and they trying to smooth talk you into coming back to their place, and you trying to remain vigilante in your word and in your resolve to never go back to that situation again, but your loins is burning up for the person. Oh yes, everybody done been there at one point in time. Trust and believe, okay? Trust and believe. That's why the story is so good and it's so interesting to follow. Now, Letitia, I'm not reducing your life to just a story on TV, because I know in real life, when you see it like I saw it, your heart hurts. Okay, my heart actually hurt for both of them, but my heart really hurt for Letitia. But at the end of the day, it is just compelling TV to watch, baby. It is compelling TV because we have all been through this in some way, shape, or form. You know what I'm saying? You have done me wrong, Greg. Wrong. Okay? You got it, Logan. We all know that storyline. Okay? So anyway, girl, you know I be preaching from my imaginary pulpit. Okay, we're gonna go ahead and pass that collection plate up. We're gonna pass that collection plate around. All right, the usher's getting ready. The usher's getting ready. At the end of the day, she does break down and she reveals that she is scared to love him again. Wow, it's it's crazy because we've all been through that situation before. We have all been through it before, so we know. I got to tell you, if they were to get back together, I'm not going to blame her. I'm not going to shame her, because when you get married, I mean, you say for better or for worse. So this might be their worst. You know, I don't know. But what I will say is, we wish them the best. I mean, that's all we can really do. Because I got to tell y'all the truth. Some things you may see on TV and you wonder, is this a storyline? Are they just making this up? But I can tell you, it's 100% for real. And when you see it in person, I mean, it's heartbreaking. It's heartbreaking. It really, really is. So, I don't know, man. I don't know. On the one sense, I want to tell her, yes, girl, move on with your life. But on the other hand, it's so difficult when you meet both people. You know what I mean? Because then you see them together and you be like, oh my God, y'all still love each other. Like, it's so evident. I don't know. I can't call it. I I'm just gonna watch and see what happens, and we're gonna pray for the best. All right. Now, with that being said, y'all, thank you so much for participating in the video. We do have a good time on this channel. Tomorrow, I think tomorrow, it will either be tomorrow or one day this week. I have a video coming out about I'm doing a new series on the business behind reality TV, how people on reality TV make their coins. So these will be finance related videos that we have planned for you guys. And it's honestly because I have a curiosity about how is it that somebody like a Carly Red can open up all these restaurants? Like, how do people make their money on reality TV? So I might release the first episode tomorrow. It is ready to go. So y'all told me when I asked on the community tab where you wanted me, I asked you where you wanted me to release them, here or on another channel. So y'all said here. So I'm gonna do that. I just want to keep giving y'all good content, fun content, content that just makes you either laugh or you get an education on, or you learn something about a person that you didn't know before. You know what I'm saying? That's my mission. And hopefully you guys will just continue to rock with it. Okay. I'm trying to move in the direction that God has had me to move. So so that's just that, in case you wonder my thought process or anything like that behind why certain things are coming out. And in those situations, the person may not be able to give us tea on the show, but they will be able to give us tea on how to get that bag. And that's important to me. Okay. Now, with that being said, y'all know how we do it. Y'all know I love y'all, number one. And number two, we're gonna dance our way on up out of here. Peace.